Hey fellas, Meat Trapper here. Well, I'm in the water. I'll spare you all the boring intro BS. It's a cold morning. It's 36 degrees, and we get a stiff wind coming off the lakes here. We had torrential rain last night, thunder, lightning, and since I've been here last year, there's been a lot of, shall we say, construction. They've done a lot of quote-unquote improvements. And it's really gutted a lot of the areas that I trapped last time, so it's sort of like cold rolling. And let me just show you what I'm talking about here. Now this levee used to have trees on both sides, and there were places all up and down this levee to set. Not anymore. You can see there is literally no set locations at all. So I'm gonna have to find, go on down, find some more canals and see if I can find a place to set. But it's a good morning, even though it's cold, misty, and gray. You know, if it was easy, everybody would do it. All right, conditions are not that great. You can see we've got some swell coming in, a lot of wind coming in off the lake, a lot of wave action. And so what I'm doing is I'm out here in the timber, and I'm looking for places like this where there's two trees close together. In other words, a natural funnel. And I'm hanging that snare right in between the two trees. I'll put a dab of lure on the inside of the trees. And of course, I'm looking for places where they're already working. You can see I got another set right over there, right on the side of that tree. But it is cold. It's cold, windy, and my fingers are frozen. But other than that, I'm doing okay. But it's just tough sledding today. You know what? That's the way it goes. So we're gonna keep going and see if we can find a little bit more protected water. Get up in some sloughs and see if the conditions want to ease up a little bit. Till then, I got my buddies, the ducks, out there, keeping me company. Well, I was starting to get worried that I wasn't going to have any good sign to set on, but I think I have found the canal I need to be in. Well, look at that. That is smoking hot. Got fresh peeled sticks. Got plenty of flooded timber out here to put sets in, and this slough goes on up, and it looks like I got spots like this all the way up. So that's a plus. That's finally in the right spot here. That open water was just rough, so I'm gonna get started. All right, let me give you a quick lesson here on the importance of swiveling. You can see I've got a beaver slide coming up right here. So I put a snare in right there at the base, and you can see I've got my barrel swivel right there next to the neck of the animal. This is anchored using an earth anchor, which has already been driven down into the ground. But you can see right as it comes out of the ground, there's my Thompson snares swivel. And I love those swivels. So I've got it swiveled right where it exits the ground. Then I've got it swiveled right behind his neck, because you can see there's all kinds of crap to tangle up in here. And that's when they can pop that cable. So I've got an earth anchor, a swivel at the point that it exits the ground, a swivel as close as I can get it behind the loop, and hopefully we'll have a catch in the morning. Well, I gotta tell you fellas, this place is loaded with game. I just jumped a giant buck. I mean, a nice 140, 150 class buck. He was shocked when I came drifting around the corner. I tell you, it's always fun to see that. But I've seen 7 beaver making my sets today, and I'm not done yet. There are a lot of beaver out here. I don't want to be overconfident. I don't want to jinx myself, but I should have a good morning. I hate to say that because that's when I usually get skunked, you know. But when I'm out here during the middle of the day, and I have, so far I've seen 7, had 2 pairs of 2 swim by, and then on a little hummock, I don't know if they were working a caster mound, redoing a caster mound or what, but there were 3 of them on the mound at the same time, which I thought was very odd. So after I ran them off, I put 3 snares, 1 for each one. I didn't want anybody to feel left out, you know. We gotta have equality today. So we'll see. I haven't been doing a lot of videoing. It's cold. I've got thick gloves on when I'm trying to paddle, and I just can't get to the camera. And plus, I'm trying to get as many sets out as possible. So we'll see. And hopefully you can see this trail. That trail is beat down. You got water there. You got water over there. This little hummock is the only dry ground around. Everything is using that trail, including big deer, which is why I can't set this trail up. I can't take the chance of catching a deer, but I can promise you, if I weren't on a working job where they deer hunt, this would have half a dozen snares on it. You'll be able to catch cats, fox, coyote, coon, beaver, everything. Everything is using this. This would be a great place to put a game camera. And here's a double loop flooded timber set. You can see I've got the lure on the inside of the stick on the left and on the stick on the right. Both snares are anchored to that center tree. They're anchored below the water level, so if a beaver cuts that tree down, they're still going to be caught. And I've got 1 loop on each side. Alright, it's our first check, and the day has dawned clear and cold. It's 29 degrees, but it's a beautiful day. It's just cold. It's going to be cold in that water. So let's go see what we got. Alright, we're at the first set, and everything is still up. Nothing there. Nothing over there. It's 26 degrees and my fingers are frozen. That's solid. But we got a lot more sets to check, so can't get bummed out. I always like to make a catch at the first one. That way you know it's going to be a good day. But we'll keep looking. Alright, we're playing the hide underwater game. He is right there and does not want to come up. And I don't blame him, actually. These things can stay down a long time. But eventually he'll come up, and that's when I'll dispatch him. Well, he finally came up, and when he did, he was not happy, and he pretty much soaked my ass. That's another good reason to wear wool when you're out here. You don't actually have to fall in. All you got to do is get too close to him. Boy, he let me have it. All right, so we got one in the back. We got one down the hatch. So hopefully we can fill the rest of this boat up. That is without me getting soaked. Well, we got us a big one over here, sitting up out of the water. Look at that. Nice big one. Now I want to show you why I always use a long extension cable, and I give those beavers plenty of cable to get away from where I've got them anchored. Now you can see right there, that's where the snare support was, and that's where that snare is anchored below the water line. You can see he chewed all of that up. Chewed that up. But look at this. He took that entire tree down. What's that, 6 inches, 7 inches in diameter? But you'll notice he took it down at the water line. So if I had anchored to that tree, if I had anchored high, he would be gone. But since I anchored away, gave him plenty of extension, he got wrapped around right there, and that's what he worked on all night. It's a big beaver. Well, I am running out of room. I got one in the hatch, one in the back, and one that's gonna keep me company up front here.
5 o'clock in the a.m. Set up the stand and climb on in. Jack Frost,
Look at that.
biting at my toes.
Oh man, that's a big one
Doused
there.
up and sent away. Forget about the bills I haven't paid. Tree swaying, leaves crunching all around. Oh, and don't you know I love to hear that sound. When a whitetail hits the ground, turkey gobbling off a roosted lamb. It's them mallard ducks when they all cup in. Share memories of all my friends. Obsession, I live and breathe. Tradition of my family. Even the good Lord said we should. Hunting is good. Hunting is good. Saw that rag peeking out on the edge. I propped her on up at the foot of the ledge, and with a click, click, bang, bang, he was down. Oh, and don't you know I love to hear that sound. When a whitetail hits the ground, turkey gobbling off a roosted lamb. It's them mallard ducks when they all cup and share memories with all my friends. And it's a whitetail when it hits the ground, turkey gobbling off a roosted lamb. It's them mallard ducks when they all cup in.